Our next guest is the Vice President as well as Coordinator of the National Nursing Home Intuitive for Turn a Frown Around. He has been a vital part in the organization's drive to get the word out, the need for volunteers in our nursing homes. He has received the Good Samaritan Award from the Rotary Club of New Jersey, all while battling his own personal health issues. So, ladies and gentlemen of Night Storm Nation, it is our honor, privilege, and pleasure to introduce to you the one, the only, Mr. Angel Ed. Yeah!
Hello, thank you very much for that introduction. That was very, very nice.
Well, thank you, Angel. Now, you know, you are so special. And Toby and I take time to research the folks that we invite on our show. And, sir, you deserve to be introduced like that everywhere you go, sir, especially with the stuff you do, man.
Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate it. Everything I do, though, I do for God. You know, everything, He gets all the glory. It's not me. And I tell everyone that. And all the interviews, everything that I do, this is all God. He brings me to where I need to be, and I do what He tells me to do.
Yes, sir, and I agree with that 100%. Now, I want to ask you something, because we're going to get into this, because what you're talking about is very, very deep, and what a lot of folks don't realize. So I want to ask you this, sir. How did you become interested in visiting nursing homes?
My story, it's very, to me, it's very crazy. I have multiple sclerosis. And in 2004, I heard about a trip that goes to Lourdes, France. At Lourdes, the Blessed Mother was seen there by a small girl, Bernadette, and there's healing water there. Mm-hmm. And thousands of people go there every year to be healed. And in 2004, I called the place up, which is close to my house, actually. They had a pilgrimage going, and they were booked. And I was very, very upset with that. I didn't understand why God wouldn't let me. It was all about me then. Mm-hmm. You know, I want my MS to be gone, and why did you not let me go? So I had to wait a whole year. And in 2005, I went to Lourdes, and I was there with 44 other people. I didn't know any of them. We were on a pilgrimage. And I met a lady there with Alzheimer's, and her name was Donna. And she could not speak, but she could understand everything I said, and we'd talk with her eyes and stuff like that. And when we came back, she was in the nursing home about 20 minutes from my house. And that's how the whole thing started for me. I would go up there and I'd visit her. She was on the Alzheimer's floor, and there was 55 women up there, all had Alzheimer's. And when I would be done visiting with her, I'd come out, and I'd just look in the hallway and look around, and there was never, ever a visitor up there. I mean, ever. And so I would start visiting all 55 women. And I went up there like anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week. I would stay there for 2 to 3 hours every time I was there and just spend time with each and every one. I made sure that I spent time with each and every one of them. And then this was in August of 2005. In October, my friend Donna died. And I went to the head nurse, and I said, you know, is it okay if I keep coming back here? You know, I have a very special bond with these people. And she said, I get very emotional about this. And she said to me, she said, you know, Ed, they don't remember anybody. They don't even remember the nurses, but they all remember you. Mm-hmm. And that just really blew me away. And ever since that day, and this is like 8.5 years ago, I've been doing it ever since then. And now, I know a year ago, the Turn a Frown Around came to me. Drew Horn, the founder of it, came to me. He read about me in a couple articles. And he came to me, and what the Turn a Frown Around does, they go to nursing homes, and we find out what residents there get no visitors at all, and we get them a forever friend. You know, someone will show up at least once a week for 20 minutes and spend time with just that one person, let them know how special they really are. And you know, he came to me in February of last year and said, I really can't get this going. When he came to me, they were around for 11.5 years. He had under, actually, 40 forever friends in 11.5 years. And I told him, I said, the first thing we do, we go to churches. You know, if you're at church for the right reason, you have the compassion in your heart, and you're there for others. And in 3 to 4 months, I had over 120 forever friends.
Wow. Well,
that answers my question, because I was just about to ask you, Angel Ed, how you got involved with them. I mean, this is a very strong initiative, and they've been going on for a while now. Mm-hmm. Is this just a New Jersey thing? I know we're about to take a break in a minute. How far has this reached?
We're going through the whole United States. You know, I'm doing interviews across the nation on Christian radio stations. I just went to Connecticut on a Christian TV station, and we did an interview there. And the priest that did it, he was so moved. They also have a radio station there. He's going to put it on the radio. And in 2 months, he says he's going to have me come back on the radio show and do a live radio interview and also take questions from people. And we're doing this nationwide. My goal is to be in all 50 states by the end of this year.
Wow. Okay. Now, you know something, because we've done, like I said, we've done a fair amount of research on you, sir. And before we get any deeper, because we're coming up against a hard break, but before we go out, I want to tell you this, man, that the things, because you also talked about your own particular personal issue, and you are not going to allow your own particular issues to get in the way of the work that God has put in front of you. So I know we're finna take a break. And on the other end of the break, we are going to get in very, very deep on just why you are so purposeful in this, because it's always a reason why when people get their lives together and have a passion to do something. So I'll share some of my passions, and Angel Ed's going to share his on exactly why he's doing this. You are listening to Night Storm Radio on Love 860 WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. See you on the other side of the break.
We'll be right back. We are back. Welcome back to Night Storm Radio, Night Storm Nation listeners. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Night Storm Radio, Facebook at Night Storm Radio, and also on nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Now, Angel Ed.
Yes, ma'am.
You have such a moving story. And I know before we went out to the break, YG had some things he wanted to discuss with you. Isn't that right, YG? Yeah.
Okay. Now, Angel, man to man, because we finna get deep. Because like I said, there's always a reason why people are moved to do the things they do. And when I wrote my first book many, many years ago, and Toby and I had just recently gotten a divorce. When we were married the first time, I had suffered a divorce from my first wife, and I was involved in a whole bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have been involved in. And because of my clinical depression and post-traumatic stress disorder, it made life literal hell in my households to where I lost everything. And I was in a motel room, a rat and roach infested motel room, I may say, because I was dead flat broke. And I asked God, why is my life this way? And what do you want me to do? You've taken everything from me because of the issues that I have been doing, and I just ain't been doing the right thing. So after God moved in my life and he said, YG, you're going to do this and you're going to have to trust me. I want to know, sir, because I have done my fair amount of research on you. You have a very, very deep testimony as well. And you have some struggles before you got your life together with some drugs and alcohol addictions. Can you please let the Night Storm Nation members know that you got deep, but you found your way out through God? And can you please share your testimony, sir?
Oh, absolutely. With the MS that I have, I started to get that. I had symptoms when I was about 8 or 9 years old. Back then, they did not have a test for MS, so my whole life I was told I have an unknown illness. And that was very hard for me to deal with, even at such a young age. And then in school, kids can be very cruel.
Yeah.
And always messing with me and stuff like that. And I started drinking when I was 10 or 11. I don't remember. It was one or the other. And then I started doing drugs a year after I started drinking. I either started doing drugs at 11 or 12. And I was into it pretty heavily. And when I was 17, I was really into it. I was actually selling drugs. I was a drug dealer. We were, at the end of my addiction, we were smoking about an ounce of crack a day. It was, I was like ready to cry. Whew.
That's deep, man. That's tough.
It was really, really hard. I could not tell my dreams from reality. I lost everything I lost. And I tried to kill myself 3 times, during this addiction. The last time when I went clean, it was October 12th, 1987. It was my last suicide try. I was in the hospital, and they pumped my stomach and everything. And then I think they were so tired of me coming, like every 6 months I would be there on a suicide mission, and they put me in the medical supply closet on a stretcher after they pumped my stomach. And I just remember laying there and fading in and out of consciousness, and just looking up and And saying to God, I said, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second.
That's okay. Because that was your moment. That's your moment.
Absolutely. I said, God, I don't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing nothing but bad. I'm hurting everyone that I love. I don't care about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, just please take me. I don't fit in here. Nothing's working out. Everything I do is wrong. And please take me.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't take me. And for so many years, I was like, I don't understand why I'm here. I don't get it. I don't know why I'm here. And then after the Lord's trip, and God brought me this path that he had me on. To me, it's a crazy path. And if I didn't look at it like this, I would have never even known it's the path that he put me on. And now I understand why I'm here. I'm here. My sole purpose in life, to me, is to end loneliness in nursing homes.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him with the MS, I said, if I didn't have this MS, I would never be doing this, and I know that. I would have never went to Lourdes, never met Donna, and I would have never started the whole thing. And I told him, I said, Lord, I'll keep this MS for the rest of my life. You don't have to heal me with my MS. Because that was my whole purpose to go to Lourdes, was just for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's okay.
And I will keep this. I'll keep the MS forever, Lord. I don't. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. But I'm in pain every day. But it doesn't bother me. If I have to keep this so I can get rid of loneliness, I'm fine with that, man. It's all about others. We're here on this earth for everyone around us, not for ourselves. And so many people don't understand that. And I did not understand that. But now I get the whole picture.
Okay, because, like I said, I really want to talk about this. And the fact of what you're doing shows an incredible amount of strength. Because, we're in the same boat, brother. I still have clinical depression. I still suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder from being raped as a kid when I was 11 years old. Okay. But all of these things did affect my life as an adult. And like I said, I ran Toby away, all the children away, the behavior problems that I had to fix it. And sometimes it takes us losing everything and ultimately suffering for us to realize, okay, God, I need you. I'm ready to surrender. And after trying to kill myself several times, it got to a point, okay, obviously I can't kill myself, right? So God, maybe you want me here. And obviously, sir, after all them times you done went to the hospital, you couldn't do it right, bro, because you weren't meant to go. Okay, so God said, no, Angel, you gonna be here. And because of the way how you've done things, this is how I'm going to change your life. You are going to help folks dealing with loneliness because you have tasted loneliness. You know what loneliness is. And you are going to make sure I'm going to use you to help folks realize that they don't have to be that way. And not only use you to help folks realize that, I'm going to use you to help other people realize that they have the power that I have given to them to help people dealing with these same issues. And in the process of doing all this good stuff, I'm going to help a whole lot of people through you. Am I right, my queen? Am I picking that up right?
You are absolutely right. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm listening to your testimony, and I hear the emotion that's coming through you. And my question to you, Angel, is when you wake up every day, you're dealing with this disease. I mean, we researched MS, when your immune system is attacking your nervous system and you have to deal with that and everything that you've gone through in your life. I know it has to be a challenge for you to get up and get out and take the focus off of yourself and put it on other people.
Absolutely. Every day, I wake up, and some days when I wake up, I'm in so much pain, that the legs are so tight they hardly move. And I just say to God, I said, I don't know if I can do this today, Lord. I said, I need your help. Without you, I'll never be able to do this. When I get to the nursing homes, it's almost like all my pain goes away. I mean, I don't really focus on the pain. I don't even see the pain. I don't feel the pain usually. And I'm just there to brighten their lives, and that's what this is all about, just trying to help others. When I just wanted to say a real quick story. When I was after I went to Lourdes, we came back. I was with my wife then, and 2 weeks before Christmas, she left me. And when she left me, I was getting 55 Christmas bags to bring up to the nursing home and give all those ladies a Christmas present. And I did not make the bags, so I had all this stuff, but I did not get them together. So when she left, I was like, I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. And so we finally did get the bags together 3 days before, and one day before Christmas, I brought them all up there. And on Christmas Day, which is my favorite, I love Christmas, man. I absolutely adore Christmas. Mm-hmm. I was so depressed, so I went up there to the nursing home, and I was almost crying in the elevator going up to the 10th floor, to their floor. And I was like, Lord, I can't do this, man. There's no way I can do this. And my MS was so bad with all the stress. And I was almost crying. And as soon as I stepped off the elevator and I put my foot on the floor, I had this chill go through my body. And I know it was the Holy Spirit because I feel it all the time. And all the sadness left me. Mm-hmm. And it was nothing but happiness. And it was the best Christmas I ever had. You know, all these people up there were giving the Christmas bags to. We had lotions and blankets and everything that they wanted. And they were all like, every one of them were like, "Is this for me? All of this is for me." It was the most joyous thing I've ever been through. I'm sorry I went off the subject there, but I just wanted to say that story because that is very gripping to me. It was just how God said, "Okay, you know, you're going to do this for me. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to take that pain away from you, and now you're going to have a beautiful day." And it was a very beautiful day. But going back to the MS, it's a struggle every day. It really is. But God has let me still drive. I still drive myself. You know, He's given me my independence. I do have independence. I can do everything by myself, which thank God for that. You know, I couldn't before, but I got stem cells. I work for a stem cell doctor, and I get stem cells, and it has got me out of my wheelchair and walking again with a walker.
Wow.
And that's all God. You know, God brought me to there. That's how He healed me partially of my MS, is by the stem cells, so I can even do His work more. But it is a struggle every single day. But it's worth it. You know, it's so worth it. And I wouldn't change anything in my life. You know, if someone said we could take that MS from you, but I wouldn't have what I got going on right now at the nursing home, I would say, no, I'm good with what I got. And I am good with what I got. I'm used to it. You know, I use a walker, you know, and a lot of people look at you strangely with a walker, and I walk by them and I say hello and smile at every one of them. You know, if I say hello to everybody, though, anyway. But it's my illness is not me. You know, my walker is not me.
Exactly.
You know,
and a lot of people who want to, identify us like MS, I think I know that is Michael J. Fox. Remember Michael J. Fox? He has Parkinson? Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the same thing.
Kind of like the same thing, yes. How can people get in touch with you, with your foundation, learn more about Turn a Frown Around and Become a Forever Friend?
Absolutely. Our website is www.turnafrownaround.org. That's www.turnafrownaround.org. And my personal number is 908-454-8818. That's 908-454-8818. And we're also asking churches out there, and it's working very well, if they would adopt a nursing home. And that's working very well for us also. And if you don't have a church family and you still love to do this, just please give me a call. Mm-hmm. And what we do, we get a nursing home that's close to the people doing it. We want to make it convenient for everyone. And it's very simple. It's very, very simple. We just ask for 1 day a week for 20 minutes. You know, anybody can do 20 minutes. I actually have Chanel Price. She just won a gold medal in the world competition in Poland about 3 weeks ago. She's a forever friend. Wow. She went with me to the nursing home also, and she's a forever friend too. And if somebody can train, she's going to be training for the Olympics. If somebody can train for the Olympics and do this, I think anybody can.
Well, you know something, Angel, because normally, you know, at this point, we do a segment of our show called the Love Shout-Outs. Jared, you can still cue that music. But you know something, and we normally give the Nightstorm Nation members a chance to, you know, shout their love out to each other. But, sir, I want to do something a little bit different today, sweetheart. I want to send a shout out of love to Mr. Angel Ed. Okay. Mm-hmm. And sir, I just want you to chill on out and I want you to listen to this and let us give you some love because you have done, sir, so much for so many people. And you, sir, even though you have your own particular issues, you have your own adversities that you struggle with, you honestly struggle with every single day. You are so faithful and prayerful and determined to do what God wants you to do that regardless of your issues, you step forth and you help the people that need you. And sir, I know you may not hear this enough, but I want to show just a little bit of what you give to so many people. Toby and I, and even our producer, Jared, because he's sitting there, he's listening to your story as well. We from Night Storm Radio want to send a special love shout out to you, to your organization, Turn a Frown Around, and we want folks to become a forever friend. And I, man to man, as someone who has suffered in life, just as you have, sir, who had to lose everything, just as you have, sir, to figure it out what God needs for me to do, just as you have, I want to tell you, man to man, thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your service. And from one brother to another, I love you, sir. And God bless you.
Thank you so much, man. I love you too, and thank you so much for letting us come on and just tell what we do. You know, we just want to end loneliness. That's all I want to do. That's my purpose in life, and I'm not going to stop till it's done.